If your attorney doesn't trust his opposing counsel, the opposing lawyer who represents the doctor and the hospital, is it a good idea to begin direct settlement discussions with that attorney? Would you like to know the answer? Come join me for a hike up the side of a mountain here in St. Martin as I share with you the answer to that question. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. The short answer is no, it is not a good idea. Now, why is that? If your lawyer does not trust the opposing attorney, it is not a good idea to engage in settlement negotiations, at least direct negotiations. Now, what do I mean? There are many instances where when you tell the defense attorney that you will only accept a certain number and they come back to you later on with a different number, knowing full well that you won't accept anything less, you now know that there's a question about whether or not you can trust that particular individual, especially when you have told the attorney, we will not accept anything less than X dollars. Let's say you told him you need $2 million to settle your case, and he comes back with $1.9 million, and now you are $100,000 apart. You have already told him very clearly that you will not have any further discussions and there is no possibility you can settle this case for less than $2 million. Yet, what does he do? He comes back after telling you he's conferenced the case with his principals and tells you, yes, I've got a great offer for you. I've got $1.9 million. We should wrap this up right now. Well, guess what? No, that's not going to happen. So what alternative is there if your attorney does not have direct negotiations with the defense lawyer? Well, one of the simplest things to do is to have an impartial third person to go ahead and try and negotiate so that they argue on our behalf and they also argue on the other side's behalf. And what would that be? That would either be a judge in court during a pretrial settlement conference or a mediator. And a mediator is typically a retired judge. Now he's working for a mediation company. Each side recognizes that this particular individual has very good qualifications, has settled many cases in the past, and has very good negotiation skills. Now, just so you know, mediation is like having an extended private settlement conference. Typically, when we are in court, and now we want to engage the judge and try and facilitate settlement discussions, the court has many other cases to deal with on a daily basis. It is very challenging to get the court to spend hours with us trying to negotiate and mediate a particular case. That is why many attorneys turn to these private mediations, because now we have hours, literally hours. We have half a day, we have a full day, where now each side can go ahead and try and present their best position, talk to the mediator honestly, explain where our strongest position is, as well as why the defense's arguments are incorrect and not valid. And now the mediator will try and beat up on us and our position and beat up on the defense and their position. The goal for a mediator is to try and get the two parties together in the same ballpark so that they recognize that they are very close and, if possible, try and get them to a mediated settlement. So going back to the question I raised at the beginning of this video, if for whatever reason your attorney does not trust the defense lawyer for any number of reasons, is it a good idea to begin negotiations with this attorney directly? In my opinion, the answer is no. Much better to get an impartial third party involved, such as a mediator, to go ahead and intervene so that interpersonal relationship and that mistrust is no longer there. Why do I share this with you? I share this with you because now I'm standing here on the top of a mountain here in St. Martin. It's magnificent. You have beautiful 360-degree views all around. And I just wanted to spend a moment to help you understand how these types of cases work in the state of New York. You know, I recognize you're likely watching this because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen in New York and you have not yet started a lawsuit, but are thinking of doing so and still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at Oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.